What is agave nectar? Agave, pronounced agave, is a syrup manufactured from the blue agave plant that is mostly produced in Mexico. Agave tequiliana is the scientific name for the plant. It's 1.5 times sweeter than conventional sugar and has 60 calories per tablespoon, which is higher than table sugar. Despite having a higher calorie density, agave produces target diabetics directly since it is said to have a lower glycemic index. The glycemic load of a food is a measurement of how much it affects blood sugar levels. This is due to the fact that blue agave nectar is high in fructose rather than glucose. Fructose does not cause the same surge in blood sugar as ordinary sugar. However, keep in mind that the glycemic index is only one aspect to consider when assessing the potential health impacts of various sweeteners. Despite the fact that agave sweetener does not cause blood sugar levels to jump as much as table sugar, there are some actual issues of agave nectar that should be considered. Unopened agave nectar can last for over a year if stored properly. To extend its shelf life, it should be sealed and stored at room temperature. Facts: agave nectar is made from agave americana or agave tequiliana, which are the same blue agave plants that are used to make tequila. Before the leaves are cut off and the juice collected from the core, the plant is grown for 7 to 14 years. After that, the juice is filtered and boiled, which aids in the breakdown of the chemicals into simple sugars known as fructans. The juice is then condensed to make a syrup, which might vary in color depending on how much processing is done. It's usually available in light, amber, dark, or raw versions, each with its own distinct flavor. Darker syrups have a richer, more powerful flavor and can be used as a sweet topping for pancakes and waffles in desserts. Light syrup, on the other hand, is much milder and better suited to delicate meals. Nutritional information: with roughly 21 calories per teaspoon or about 60 calories per tablespoon, agave nectar is heavy in calories, carbs, and sugar. It's made up of around 85% fructose, a form of simple sugar found in a variety of plants. Unlike fructose found naturally in fruits, agave contains a concentrated amount of fructose and lacks other essential components such as fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Although agave syrup has a low glycemic index, it is not ideal for paleo, keto, or low-carb diets. This is due to the fact that each teaspoon contains 5 grams of carbs and sugar. While this may not appear to be a significant amount, it can quickly add up, causing your calorie and carbohydrate intake to soar. Is agave nectar beneficial to your health? Agave extracts have excellent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects in their natural state. The highly processed agave seen on grocery shelves, on the other hand, lacks all of these healthy components. As a result, the majority of natural health experts feel that agave syrup isn't all it's built up to be. One of the most significant agave nectar advantages is that it has negligible effects on blood sugar and insulin levels. Mice who consumed agave nectar, for example, gained less weight and had lower insulin and blood sugar levels than mice who consumed ordinary sugar, according to a study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food. Some argue that agave nectar has skin health benefits, and it's frequently used in face masks and cosmetics because of its alleged skin-soothing effects. However, keep in mind that there has been little research done on the possible advantages of agave nectar for skin, and most of the benefits are based solely on anecdotal data. However, there are a number of agave nectar health hazards to consider as well. For starters, agave syrup is heavy in fructose, a form of sugar that can be extremely harmful to one's health. In contrast to glucose, which is easily absorbed and metabolized throughout the body, fructose can only be handled by the liver. When you consume large amounts of fructose from foods like agave nectar, the liver converts it to fat, raising triglyceride levels and increasing the risk of fatty liver disease. Furthermore, while it may not cause a surge in short-term blood sugar and insulin levels, it can lead to long-term blood sugar and insulin resistance. Insulin resistance occurs when the body's ability to transfer insulin from the bloodstream to the cells, where it may be used as fuel, is impaired. Furthermore, excessive fructose consumption has been associated to high blood pressure and cholesterol levels, as well as increased belly fat and weight gain, all of which can have long-term negative consequences for one's health. Traditional medical applications. The agave plant was thought to have great therapeutic characteristics that might help heal a range of maladies in ancient Mexican folk medicine. Because of its anti-inflammatory and antiseptic properties, the plant's leaves, roots, sap, and juice have been used as natural medicines for illnesses like jaundice, constipation, and infections. Agave has also been used topically to relieve toothaches, soothe skin, and reduce inflammation. Due to its remarkable healing powers, it was even thought to heal snake bites in some systems of traditional medicine. Sugar versus agave nectar versus high fructose corn syrup. Agave nectar is frequently promoted as a healthier alternative to high sugar foods manufactured with high fructose corn syrup or refined sugar. However, there aren't many differences between the three when it comes down to it. When comparing agave nectar with sugar, the chemical composition of the two is the most significant distinction. Agave nectar, unlike sugar, is mostly made up of fructose. This means that it will not elevate short-term blood sugar levels as quickly as table sugar does. Overdoing it on agave nectar, like ordinary sugar, can lead to insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, fatty liver disease, and weight gain in the long run. On the other hand, high fructose corn syrup is a common ingredient in sodas and other sugar-sweetened beverages. Surprisingly, agave has a higher fructose content than high fructose corn syrup. While high fructose corn syrup has roughly 55% fructose, agave syrup contains an incredible 85% fructose, making it even more toxic than this ubiquitous sweetener. Honey versus agave versus stevia. Some of the most popular natural sweeteners on the market today include agave nectar, honey, and stevia. People who want to improve their health and lower their blood sugar levels frequently utilize them. So, how do these three sweeteners stack up? The fundamental distinction between agave nectar and honey is that they both contain various forms of sugar in variable proportions. Honey is made up of roughly half glucose and half fructose, whereas agave is made up of about 85% fructose. While a tablespoon of honey has about the same number of calories as a tablespoon of agave nectar, the high fructose level has other health implications. Is agave nectar superior to honey in terms of taste? Certainly not. While fully processed agave nectar has minimal nutritional value, raw honey is high in antioxidants and has been linked to a number of health benefits. Stevia sweetener, on the other hand, is made from the leaves of the Stevia rebaudiana plant, which is native to Brazil and Paraguay. Pure stevia leaf extract is calorie-free and has no glycemic index. That is, it has no impact on blood sugar or insulin levels. However, green leaf stevia sugar should be chosen over other forms because it is the least processed form of stevia extract with the most health-promoting characteristics. How to make use of plus healthier agave substitutes. Are you looking for agave nectar? It can be found in the baking aisle among other sweeteners like honey and syrup at most supermarkets. If you do decide to use agave, you may easily substitute it for sugar in your favorite baked items and hot beverages. There are, however, a variety of healthier alternatives to agave nectar that are connected with considerably fewer negative health impacts than white sugar. So, which sugar alternative is the healthiest to use? Here are some of the greatest agave nectar alternatives to think about. Raw honey. Raw honey not only contains a modest amount of many minerals and antioxidants, but it's also linked to a slew of health advantages. It has been found to lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels, which may assist to lower the risk of heart disease. Stevia. Stevia is a fantastic sugar substitute because it is naturally calorie-free and has a zero glycemic load. Stevia may also help with weight loss, cavity prevention, and blood sugar control, according to one study. Dates. Dates, notably medjool dates, are natural sweeteners that are strong in fiber, which helps to maintain blood sugar levels stable by slowing the absorption of sugar. Dates are also high in copper, magnesium, and manganese, which are all critical micronutrients. Side effects and risks. Those who are fructose intolerant should avoid agave nectar. When meals high in fructans are taken, fructan intolerance can induce symptoms such as bloating, gas, stomach pain, and diarrhea. To avoid adverse effects, these people should limit their intake of fructan-rich foods such as artichokes, onions, leeks, nectarines, bananas, lentils, and agave nectar. Furthermore, despite the fact that agave nectar has no influence on blood sugar levels, it is still high in calories, carbohydrates, and sugar. As a result, it's critical to consume it in moderation to avoid negative health consequences. Agave nectar is also incompatible with a paleo, low-carb, or ketogenic diet.